have a surprise for you. It was a surprise to me. I got this in the mail from GMT Games. Thank you, GMT Games. It is Battles for the Shenandoah Death Valley expansion. This is an expansion to Death Valley, which is part of the Great Battles of the American Civil War. Now, this isn't my only volume in this series, but this is arguably one of the best bangs for the buck. There is a lot of content in this box, and it's a thick box too. But the other games that I have in this series are Great Battle, Dead of Winter, Battle of Stones River or Murfreesboro, Twin Peaks, which covers the Battle of South Mountain and a Battle of Cedar Mountain. And I think this is the latest release until this expansion came out, the latest release in the Great Battles of the American Civil War, Into the Woods, the Battle of Shiloh. And this one changed up the rules a little bit on fighting in thick woods and the like. But this is arguably the definitive series on the American Civil War from a battle or tactical level, and this is really good stuff. I mean, it's a little crunchy, a little bit to get into, but in my opinion, kind of worth the effort. The way it deals with command and deals with the combat and really gives you a feel for some of these battles. So this one had a lot of content in it, and I guess they felt like they needed to add more. So this is the Battles for the Shenandoah. This is going to be more content for this game. So let's move that box out of the way and see what is in the bag. So again, I was not expecting this. This came as a complete surprise to me from GMT. So thank you. So you're going to get a battle book here. And this is dealing with the new battles that are in here. Ooh, look at that. Surprise. Counter sheet. And looks like we've got an introduction. So these are probably the rules for the expansion. This is the Death Valley expansion. I didn't say that already. So you've got some special rules for it. So not very many pages here. Looks like 4 and some pages. Then we get to the Shenandoah scenarios. We got McDowell. And yeah, that's it. About 21 rules there. And then we get into the McDowell. So this is McDowell's. This is the McDowell scenarios. So you got the setups and what have you. And then you got, you have Winchester. So yeah. So starting at 21 is this is like an introduction to the scenarios. And then you get the McDowell scenario. Winchester is second Winchester scenarios, and it looks like there's different pieces of the Winchester scenario. Maybe there's different setups. A lot of stuff on Winchester there. Piedmont. So you got different starts, it looks like. So there's different timing of some of these scenarios. Cool Springs. So most of this is by its name, it's a battle book. So most of this is dealing with the battles. So not a lot of rules. And that's kind of like they give you a whole counter manifest. That's kind of cool. I always like that, especially if you're buying a game used. I want to see if you got everything. These are essential to have something like that. And then you got a sequence of play, abridged sequence of play on the back of the book here. So then we've got Whoa, we get 2 counter sheets. That is nice. So here are the counters. And there's good old Stonewall Jackson. Now, when I hear of Shenandoah, for most people, you know, when they're thinking in the context of the Civil War, they're thinking of Stonewall Jackson. For some reason, Jimmy Stewart comes to my mind. See if you guys can figure that one out. So you got your leaders, and then you've got the units. As you can see, there's bands here. The Great Battles of the American Civil War, you know, has that chip pull type aspect, so you're going to have the color bands to show which units these go to and stuff like that. That's kind of cool. Of course, they're double-sided. And there's a lot of color in here, and there's a lot of information that you can see on here, especially the leader counters. Quite a bit of information on there. So you get 2 counter sheets. And here is the second one. Really cool there. And then here's your activations. I think they're called activations. I play so many war games, I run out of memory. I need a reboot. But yeah, so these are the chits that you're going to pull in and drop in a cup and pull out. Again, these are double-sided. Activation. Oh, God, I can't remember. It's been a while. I need to get you know what this tells me? This tells me I need to get this to the table. This is what that's saying. I need to dust off these rules and get this to the table. And maybe these scenarios are just the ones I need to get. So that's your counter sheets you get. You get 2 counter sheets, and then you get some maps. Look, we got 3 maps here. Looks like one's a partial map. Let's look at some of the other stuff here. So you get good card stock here. This is your turn track, and you know, drawn markers and casualty boxes and victory point tracks. So this is for the Battle of Second Winchester. This is for the Battle of Cool Springs. Battle of McDowell. Battle of Piedmont. So that's for the Confederates. For those 4 battles, but there's more than 4 battles, because there's different timing and different variants, I guess, for several. It looked like there were several for Winchester actually in there. Then you've got the Union tracks, the victory point, casualty boxes, drawn markers, turn track for Winchester, for Cool Springs, for McDowell, and Piedmont. In victory, casualty, drawn markers, turn track, the line. Then you get a terrain effects, 2 terrain effects charts. So it's a 2-player game, right? Terrain effects charts with all your different terrain. Movement point costs for foot, mounted, artillery, leader, and then your combat effects, and then blocking terrain, whether it's blocking or not for line of sight. And here's your Battles for Shenandoah, the range effects charts for small arms and for field artillery. You can see that there. Yeah, so the 20-pound Parrott can get up to 21 hexes, along with the Blakely, 18-pound Blakely there. Not very effective though, but... And so you're going to have 2 of those for, you know, 1 for each player, so that's kind of nice. Then we get into the maps here, and I would imagine they're double-sided, but we shall see. And this is typical maps for great battles. They're all generally done in the same kind of terrain, features, and the like. This is Battles for Shenandoah, and it actually has a little terrain key on there and an elevation on there, so it's going to have your elevation is going to be done by color. This is the Battle of Winchester, or Second Winchester. Let's pop out a little bit and see if we can see a little bit more of that map there. So that's the Battle of Winchester, and looks like we've got a little bit of a fort starting over here, or some defenses or defense works. And then on the back side of this, we have the Battle of Piedmont. So you can see definitely different terrain different elevation key. And we're kind of sloping down into a river here. Looks like you have some, some steep drop-offs there. It's kind of cool. Let's see what the next map is. This one looks like it's McDowell. Yeah, the Battle of McDowell. And it is double-sided as well. Whoa, a lot of forest there, a lot of trees. That should be pretty interesting. And of course, I kind of like to have this elevation, and the terrain on the side there is kind of cool. Then we've got on the back here, this is the Battle of the Piedmont. So I guess this goes up along the Piedmont there, I think. Or it might be a different, this is the south map, and this is the north map. Interesting. So I wonder if it goes like this. Looks like it matches up like that in the middle. So this is your Piedmont there. Second map of the Piedmont. There's Piedmont right there. Kind of interesting how that lays out. Then you got the Battle of Second Winchester. Maybe this is an attachment to it, maybe. A little bit smaller map there. And then you've got Battle of Cool Springs. That's a small battle. Hey, maybe this is the one I need to break out and play. Got the Shenandoah River, relatively small map. I love small map scenarios. I'm just a sucker that way. I think I get intimidated by monster type games. The setup and to get into it. But that looks interesting. Okay, that's Cool Springs. Then we have a little bit of battles. This is the second Battle of Winchester. I wonder if this is like another add-on. So there looks like there might be a couple little partial maps or add-ons for Winchester. And that's a single-sided one there. So that is the maps that you get in here. So quite a bit in this package. You've got player age, you've got maps, you've got 4 battles, but it looks like there's multiple pieces to those battles. There's your player holding charts. You get 2 counter sheets, and those are, again, nice, typical GMT counters, good thickness, good color, good quality there. And then you get the battle book. The rules are going to be in here, so you don't need the rules again. This is just going to be the rules that are special to this battle or to these battles. And then the scenarios, laying out the specifics and the setup and the victory conditions and any kind of special rules for the scenario. So that is what you get in the Battles for the Shenandoah Death Valley expansion. What do you all think about this? If you're all committed to the great battles of the American Civil War, then this is kind of a no-brainer. And well, especially if you have this, then you're probably already have this, right? Or going to get this. So that's a no-brainer. If you're looking to get into this system, this is not, I don't know. I would say it's probably not an entry-level tactical level Civil War or battle. If you want to do specific battles, it's a great system. And to me, again, I think it's the definitive system, but it takes a little bit to get into. There's definitely some meat on the bones on this one. But if you are going to get into it and want to start in this series, this one I think is something. Not all these are currently available. I think Into the Woods is available. This one, I don't know if it's still available. Hopefully it is, since this is coming out. So hopefully this is still available. But this is a good value here. That's a good bang for your buck because there's a lot of stuff in there, and this is just adding more to that. So, anyhow, that's what I have for you today. Love to know your thoughts about this. What do you think about the system? Good, bad, or ugly? What do you think about the core game? Any comments on that are great. And then what do you think about this? Adding more to it, having an expansion and having these 4 battles and having them having multiple segments of those 4 battles or different conditions to those 4 battles. Love to know any of your thoughts about any of that stuff. And one reason I like to know your thoughts is because I know you stopped by. Because I want to thank you for stopping by. Thanks for stopping by, spending some time with me. Always appreciated. And leave your comments to let me know you stopped by, and drop some comments on this stuff. Love to start a conversation and let other people know what you think. That's what makes these useful, is you chiming in so people can say, oh, wow, that's something for me, or that's not something for me, or what have you. Anyway, that's what I have for you. Thanks again to GMT, and thank you guys for stopping by. Have a good one.
Thanks for watching.